Welcome to Unruly 3, father of 3 unruly kids.
I'm not really.
So I got this old maple burl from a friend who was getting ready to move, and he had this in his garage for a really long time. He called me up one day, asked me if I wanted it. So of course I'm going to take it. The best wood, like I've said before, is free wood. So I got this maple burl, and so right now I'm just trying to carve a circle so that I can kind of get it onto my wood lathe. This is my very first time ever doing something like this with my turning anything like this at all. I've done the segmented bowls before, but this is my very first wood burl or anything like this. So I'm using my face plate and I'm just putting these screws in, kind of have a nicer, rounder shape. I have an idea for the shape that I kind of want, but a lot of times what I find is I start turning and it doesn't work out. Here I started turning really good, and then I realized that, so a little bit into this, you'll see that it goes into, I had recorded into slow motion. So yeah, I'm going to stop this and we'll start over. So I didn't get too far. Now sometimes I kind of lean into the, I was trying to put the camera in a different angle so that you could kind of see this better, but sometimes I do lean into the way and block the view, but for the most part, get an idea of what I'm doing. So here you can kind of see I get right in the way, but I'm using my roughing gouge now, and I'm just trying to get a shape. This is going to be the bottom of the bowl, as it, well, more of a plate. And I'm just going to keep taking it down a little bit here with my roughing gouge, back and forth until it gets rid of most of this stuff. So like I said, this is my very first time doing this. I'm sure that I'm doing so many things wrong, but it worked out for me, kind of. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. I wonder if that's a thing. So it's starting to get all cleaned up. I'm just trying to get rid of all the other stuff. Actually, when I stopped it on this last one, I was really tempted to just leave it because I kind of liked the way it looked with the rougher live edge. But like here, I kind of thought maybe I'll leave that, but quickly changed my mind and just thought I'm going to take it all the way down. I'm not even sure if I'm using the right tool here. I'm just using a roughing gouge, and I do have a spindle gouge that's really a nice one, but I just got, and I haven't used it too much, and sometimes I'm comfortable with this roughing gouge, so I just wanted to keep going with it. But I do pull out the spindle gouge in a little bit and start messing with it. Yeah, so there I thought about keeping those, but then I thought, I already went this far, I might as well jump in with both feet. So this is my first time using a burl like this too. I had peeled off all the bark beforehand and gotten it down to just the wood. And I think that it's super beautiful. It has a lot of bird's eye, so it has figurine on one side, bird's eye coming through. There's some spalting in it. So many different things on this piece of wood. And so here I'm just trying to get it down to have a flat bottom so that I can, so it sits flat on a table. Now the way I've always done it is I always take it over to my drill press, and I have here I'm using my scraper, just trying to scrape it, trying to get it smooth, but the grain is going every which direction and just really tears it out. So I decided that I was going to use sandpaper. And right here I really see how I need to figure out a way. You can see that dust just coming off the back of there like crazy, and it just is coating everything in the back. I'm wearing a mask, but it's for breathing, but that sawdust, that dust is just coming off there, and I need to figure out a way to. I have a dust collector close. I just need to get it on there. So here I reset it. What I did is I took it over to the drill press, and I have a 2.5 inch Forstner bit, and I drilled the Forstner bit and then I mount it onto the chuck. Now here I am just trying to take down, this is going to be the interior of the bowl. And here I'm bringing out my new tool I just got, my first time using this one. And I gotta say, it's pretty slick. When you start pushing in it, riding the bevel, they say, I'm not even sure if I'm doing it right. I just kind of put it on there until I get the kind of shavings or cut that I think that I'm wanting, and keep going from there. So what I wanted was the outside to be a little bit flat, and then the interior of the bowl to start about 1 inch to 1.5 inches from the outside. So that was starting to get really fun there when I was using this tool. Now, stop right there. You can kind of see right there in the middle, I'm getting down quite a ways. I even stop it and check it like, hey, what's going on here? And you'll see here in a little bit kind of what happens. Now, remember I used my Forstner bit to go ahead and drill on the back to mount it to my chuck. Now, it's my first time doing something like this, like I had mentioned. So here I'm just taking off a nice thin cut all the way out to the outside, and then here, and I had to stop and be like, what just happened? How am I going to fix this? What do I do? And I thought about throwing this away. I thought about, I'm like, oh no. Oh well, I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. So I started making the bowl into the shape that I wanted. So this is starting to get the shape that I kind of wanted. I just want to get the outside kind of where I want it to be, a little bit more round, and then I'm gonna put some lines on the outside here. You can't see the first one because I'm gonna go ahead and block their view, but I'm just gonna put some lines here, and that's gonna be the outside of the bowl. And then I'm gonna start sanding. Again, you can see the sand coming off there, the dust. I need to get a dust collector off to the edge. I kind of have one that's close, but I have to set up something. So I did a lot of sanding with 60 grit here to really get it down. There's a lot of tear out, but that kind of happens sometimes when the grain is going all different directions, I think. Then I did a whole bunch of 100 grit, and then I sanded also with some, I worked my way up to 220. So I think this is 180 grit. And then I finished with some 220. I actually don't usually use these pads for this, but I didn't want to walk all the way over and grab my other sanding paper. All right, now how do I fix that hole in there? I have some walnut, so I just kind of made some lines here so I knew where the center of my walnut was. And then I'm going to put that onto the chuck and make a piece of walnut that can fit there that is going to be the same size. So I'm just going to kind of quickly take this down to fit into the walnut, or to fit into that plate then. Alright, so then every now and then I would grab the plate and I would hold it up and see if this was getting small enough. And I kind of made this a little bit tapered so it was skinnier on the outside, thicker in the back, so that I was sure to get a good bite on it. See if it fits, and then I would restart, take just a little bit off, try it again to see if it fits, and then just square off the end so it's nice and clean. Then I put glue on the outside. Here you go. This is going to be a nice treat. I got a hammer, and there you go. Look at the vibration on that one. That's good camera work. Here it is on here. I'm using some Deft clear varnish finish, and it really made this all this different stuff going on here. You can see the bird's eye over there, the figure on the other side, and the spalting, and then here's the top. So this finish is Deft clear wood finish, and I got the gloss. So this is just the first coat that I put on. I ended up putting on about 4 coats this way, and then I stopped, and then I did this. I got some brown paper bag, rubbed it really good, and knocked off all the edges or all the rough spots. This got it super smooth, but not quite perfect. And then I took it back and I put some more Deft on. I put another probably 3 more coats on it, and then I did it one more time and I put 2 more last coats on it. So overall it ended up getting 9 coats on it, I think. And here it is at the end. Pretty amazing wood for sure. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.